What is the longest monosyllabic English word? I thought of that question a couple years ago, and the answer I came up with at the time was strengths at 9 letters. But it turns out I'm not the only one to look into this, and we can actually go a little bit longer than that. Before we dive into it, I want to point out this is kind of a stupid question because it is so specific to English. It relies on English orthography rules, the fact that we use the Latin alphabet, and even English phonology. We allow some pretty impressive consonant clusters, but other languages like Hawaiian don't allow consonant clusters at all, meaning that on average, their syllables will be shorter than ours. Languages that use pictographic or logographic writing systems will also be at a disadvantage here. For example, in Japanese, there are kanji that, despite being a single character, require multiple syllables to pronounce. It should be noted that the number of syllables in a word is also heavily dependent on your accent, because some people pronounce this word as squirrel with 2 syllables, while others pronounce it squirrel with only one. And that relates to the second answer that I came up with. Also at 9 letters, squirrels. You might say, but wait a minute. I learned in school that the number of syllables was related to the number of vowel clusters. Then why in modern English do we pronounce it Wednesday with only 2 syllables? That word derives from a phrase that effectively means Odin's Day, and thus that middle E was likely not always silent. At 10 letters long, some people say that the longest monosyllabic English word is schmaltzt, because you don't pronounce the E and ED endings unless you're really enunciating and trying to sound learned. But at 11 letters, and this is somewhat controversial because it is not only accent dependent, but also dialect dependent, our old friend Squirrel comes back with squirreled.